Hey Mike, how you doing tonight?
Good, Scott. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Uh, we'll give it a few minutes here, let everyone kind of funnel in. I know they were holding a space for Sky Pass Security not too long ago, or actually, I just jumped out of it, so it's still going on. But Omar wasn't in there, so I would expect to see him shortly.
Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. We're here.
Fantastic. So, how are things going? I mean,
Um,
I we'll get into it in detail when the room fills up a little bit, but just how you doing?
good, man. Well, it was first of all a pleasure talking to you for the first time. I know we chatted a little bit over direct message, but I worked with your wife a little bit on the creation of her logo. I don't know if she mentioned that to you or if it ever came up, but she did an amazing job. So our logo is her creation.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I watched her create it. She's did a fantastic job,
She did.
and yeah, and I got a little excited about the little bit of insight I got to see about what you guys are working on. So kind of stoked to hear what you have to share with us tonight.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's been challenging, but in a good way, And this space is changing very quickly when it comes to the crypto world, and we're trying to make sure we're following everything that regulatory wise, and if there's any issue with the SEC, so we had to make sure that we're staying ahead of all those issues, and working with our legal team, it's been a uh, I would say a fun challenge where I would ask them a question and they just shut it down immediately, like nope, that's not happening, nope, that's not happening. It's just like, okay, all right, so we gotta go back to the drawing board and start all over again. But in a way, they did it for that's why we're paying them, to make sure we follow all the rules and regulations.
Yep. Should I bring Elliot up also? He's part of
Yes,
your team,
actually,
right?
please do. Elliot is the COO of our company.
Yep. I thought I recognized him.
Elliot, are you there? You might have to request to be a speaker.
Yeah, I sent you an invite. I also sent one to you, Omar. Hey, Omar, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, guys? How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing great. Well, it's early where I
I,
am, but I understand you guys are pretty much all on the East Coast. Am I correct?
well, you know I am. I'm going to say good evening for you West Coasters. So,
Well, it is evening. It is evening. It's 6 p.m. where we are right now, so you're good.
nice, nice. I miss that neck of the woods, man.
Well, come here. Well, you're welcome here
Well,
anytime.
look, the way property value is out there, I'm all right.
Property values are pretty crazy out here. I'm not gonna lie. It's getting impossible to buy for a lot of
Oh,
families right now,
fact.
especially first-time buyers.
Yep, yep. See, that's why I love what you guys are building. I think it's amazing, and I think a lot of people see other projects that are doing something similar, and I try to educate them and say it's two totally different type of use cases, right? So I think once people understand what you guys are building, they understand there's enough money in this digital asset space for everybody to have successful projects too. So I just want to give you your flowers, man. So I think you guys are doing something amazing as well.
No, thanks, man. No, I really appreciate that. And one thing we have to keep in mind, whatever the idea is, whatever the project is, whatever the product is, there's going to be more than one company doing the same thing. Like when we look at real estate, how many companies out there? How many companies throughout the entire world that you can think of that you can go to buy real estate, or even in the same city? You have 20, 30 plus companies doing the exact same thing.
Oh yeah.
So it's okay to doing the same thing with multiple companies.
Oh yeah. I mean, we both got real estate mortgage backgrounds. You know
Yeah.
my background. So I'm like, yeah, man. I mean, it's it's an untapped market in the digital asset space. And I think definitely going to boom and thrive. I think more and more big players going to get into it. I seen a press article today that was just talking about it, just how digital assets and the real estate market is going to boom eventually. So I just love all the
Yeah.
projects that's taking advantage of it right now. I think it's going to be amazing, like real soon.
And that's what our goal is. You know, trying to along with everything else we're doing, we want to bring other investors to this space that hasn't been introduced to. I was sharing this with Olga David yesterday. I've been in a conference for the last couple of days and sent him a picture of where I was. There was like 2,000 plus real estate professionals in California that were all in one space.
Oh, man.
And I was like, wouldn't it be great if I can, talk to them and tell them all about exactly what we're doing. But the first thing that I have to do is teach them how to use Uniswap. Right? So we have to educate them on both ways, right? Our goal is to educate the crypto world about real estate and vice versa. We got to educate the real world more about the crypto world. So
Yeah.
that's something that we have to do, and that's our goal. We want to bring in more investors that in this space and that they don't have any idea about. And a lot of people you still talk to, this, they'll be like, crypto. Oh, you do crypto? Yes. How cute is that? You know, it's crazy. And actually, one of our team members, Kurt, he's up there in age. We're not gonna say how old he is, but he's up there in age. But I was super surprised when he was mentioning about everything he knows about crypto. I was like, wow, we need to have somebody like you on our team, no matter what, and be able to educate. And not to mention, he's the senator of
Yeah.
North Dakota, so that was really impressive on his side.
Oh, wow. Definitely, man. Like I said, man, I'm excited just overall for all the great projects out there, whether it's you guys, us, Heroes, which is another great project, even Satam. I think we got some great projects that are out there that's trying to bring real life use case to decentralized, platforms and DeFi and this digital assets. And I'm just excited, man. I can't wait for the next bull run. A year from now, we can look back like, guys, we persevered. We made it through the bear market. And, I
Right?
can't wait to have these conversations with you guys a year from the day. Like, you know what? See what happens when you have a great use case and a great team and great management. All of us will survive because we have real products, man. We have real use cases.
Oh,
We have real
absolutely.
projects with real people. And I tell people this all the time, like, and really invest in the people behind the projects. Like, Mike, I know your resume, man. Like, I seen you. You're a real person. You've been in this space a long time, dude. And I'm like, yo, like he gets it. It's just not something that's a hobby for him. Like he really found a gap and he want to fill a void. But like we talked about, you want to be one of the first ones that bring something to the forefront. Like we talked, like with Tesla. Had we have the opportunity to go back and invest in Tesla, shit, I think we all would have, right?
Oh gosh, I think I wish we had a time machine that we can go back
Right?
and do certain things like invest in Google. I mean, that would have been great 20 years ago, right? Or
Oh,
what, 22 years ago today?
yep.
Gosh, there's been we're super passionate about what we do, especially when it comes to helping our clients. And what got us into it was I saw the opportunity to help other people in a much larger way than what we're already doing. Because right now we're helping clients that we can talk to and physically see and help, right? But we want to see how we can do that even better. So our team, Elliot, Gino, Kurt, and myself, we're trying to figure out how to do that better way because there's so much room for that. And also education. One thing that we realized in the last 17, 18 years, doesn't matter who you are in real estate world, whether you've been a CEO for Fortune 500 companies to first time home buyers, the education in the real estate space is lacking, unfortunately. And also, we want to bridge that gap as well. So we want to help people educate buying their own houses to investment properties and everything in between.
I mean,
You know?
the neat thing I think that's so amazing because you actually are a realtor, right? So you know
Yeah.
about like PSCs and all the home buyer programs, whether it's Fannie, Freddie, VA, like all the loan products and types. And that amazes me because a lot of people I don't think they understand that. I know that about you, but I think once they understand, like you really are one of the best, one of the top, it'll change the narrative. And I want to stress, like, it's no competition, you know. And I want to make sure people are aware of that. Like, we aren't here to say that we're better than any other project. Like, we
No,
embrace,
no.
we embrace it, and we want everybody to know, like, yo, like, we really care about this space. Like, we don't care about what you guys are doing. We want to make sure that we are family. Like, I consider everybody in the DeFi space as family. So that's why you never hear me talk about any product or any other project. Because I believe if we're in this space and you sustain, you're doing something right. So yeah, man, I just can't wait to hear what you guys got coming down the pipe. I know, I've been hearing things that you guys are working on some stuff, and I love the fact that you have like legal and all that stuff. And did I hear you say one of you guys on the team is a senator in North Dakota, South
Yep.
Dakota? Wow.
Yeah, he sure is. That's Kurt Kruen, and he's not going to be joining us today, but he will be joining us Saturday night. We have an AMA,
Oh
and we'll
wow.
announce the time for that on our channel soon. But he will be, there'll be an AMA on YouTube, so we can interact that way.
Oh, nice. I got a question for Heroes guys, right quick, Mike.
Yeah, go for it.
What's up?
What you guys been up to? Because I see you guys are always donating, man. And wow, because I know you guys are always working on something in the background. I talked to Ace a lot, and he tells me some stuff. So what you guys got working on?
Yeah, so this is Scott. Hey Omar, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, man?
Not much. So yeah, we do have some things that we're cooking up. It's not quite ready to be released, and the way we work with everything that we do is when we actually have a deadline that we can meet, we will make the announcement. So market's been horrible for all of us, which kind of has put it on a little bit slower time frame, but we actually had a meeting with our league, and we kind of filled them in on everything that we've got cooking up, and it's pretty awesome. I think it's going to be very bullish. It's going to add more utility to our project. We are charity focused, but we understand that a lot of investors in the space want to see more utility. So we are making sure that we are adding that. But before we do that, let me just because I saw someone was requesting to speak. I did see you. I'm not avoiding you. We will open up everything to questions after we have Omar, Mike, and Elliot kind of go over their projects. But yeah, I can hit you up later, Omar, and fill you in on what we're cooking up.
I want to be at when everybody else, because you have to tell me, man. I want to be surprised like everybody else, man. I'm no different.
I gotcha.
You guys and support both of you guys, like you and Real Estate Token, Investment Token Project. So yeah, I want to be like everybody else. I don't want to be. I want to be able to contain it and get the element of surprise.
But yeah, and I mean, the whole thing there with that is, I mean, we've talked to Omar. I've got your personal number. It's not like you're the average investor, right? It's a little bit different level there, but nonetheless, what we normally do here is we go and do a quick elevator pitch of each project, and then we go around and do a deep dive and then open up to questions. I think with how you guys were just going, with the intriguing conversation there for a little bit, why don't we just jump right into the deep dive? And I think the majority of people are familiar with yourself, Omar. So I think Mike, we should have him and Elliot kind of take the floor, because I feel like Elliot's being left out.
Oh yeah.
Hey, before we do that, and also I'm also curious about more about a little bit about Heroes Project, and I know you guys are working on a lot of new things in the future, but would you give us an elevator pitch on that, like exactly what Heroes Project is, so Elliot and I myself can be more educated on that?
Absolutely, and we do. So we always give our own rundown. But yeah, I'll go ahead. So Heroes Token is a charity-focused token. We launched in November 10th of last year, and we launched our V2 on February 15th. Initially, when we launched, we only had the utility of real world charity donations, and that was done through a community polled vote. So, what we would do is once the charity wallet accumulated so many funds through transactions, we would open up a poll for our community, which would suggest different charities for us to donate to. And then once we hit 10, we would then open up a vote and we would send the funds to the winning organization. So that was how we started. We initially had reflections in our tokenomics, and we have, charity that has never gone away, built into our tokenomics as well. We launched our Series 1 NFTs in December, and it was around that time that we had some, I guess, a little bit of a concern that, the polls that we were doing for charities were biased. We had a few, we all have them, right? A few people in the Telegram and Discord chats that were, I don't want to say fudding, but they were very concerned that, the dev team wasn't altering the vote. And we weren't. But to give them reassurance, we, were looking for a way to have a non-biased poll. And that led us to meet up with Everise. And with that, we started a conversation and are going to be using their Everown DApp system, or DApp, that will allow us to do a couple of things. First, allow us to not have to renounce our contract. And second, allow us to open community polled voting. So if we ever need to gain access to the contract, the community has to vote that they agree with what we want to do. And that vote has to come in favor of us gaining access to the contract. So that's the initial idea of that DApp. But later this year, they're going to open that up a little bit further, where we can have polls that will allow us to do our charity donation polling through them, where it'll be, 5 to 10 different options that we can have our community vote on. So that was really big for us because we really like the idea of that. And conversing more with them, we realized that, maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to launch on a second network. We were Ethereum at the time. ETH prices were $150 to $300 per transaction, so it didn't make sense to have a small purchase of $20 to $30. So we looked at that and we decided that we're going to do a relaunch on a V2 and launch on Binance as well as Ethereum. And with that, we also went in to add more utility to our project. So not only are we dual network, but we're also utilizing the bridge. So you can bridge from ETH to Binance, back from Binance to ETH. So you can trade through arbitrage if you choose to. And that's completely all right. But one of the things that we wanted to offer was staking. Excuse me. And with staking, it's not a simple process for someone who's not familiar with crypto. And we found that a lot of our community was fairly new to crypto. Some of them were, more in depth than others, but we wanted to make it as easy as possible. So after looking at different platforms, talking to Everise, because they were going to implement a staking platform, which they have launched for themselves, we decided that there's got to be a way that we can implement this into our contract that will cost the consumer nothing, right? So we did. We worked on it from, I think it was December 9th was when I started working on that. And we took us to probably the end of January till we actually had it all working perfectly on the test net. But essentially what it does is it allows us to offer staking to anybody who buys our token. And it is automatic. So even if you don't want to stake, you're automatically staking. All you have to do is hold for a 90-day period. And it doesn't matter which network you're on, Binance or Ethereum. You make a purchase, the contract will track your purchase and your minimum amount of holdings during that first cycle or during the cycle. And whatever the minimum amount of holdings is during that cycle, you will get a 12% return at the end of that 90 days, automatically drop to your wallet, no gas fees. So, that does a couple of things for us. We had a lot of our community members that were diehard, diamond-handed investors. And regardless of, saying you should take profits, they, just would not. They see the vision that we see, which I'm super, super honored because, I see us being a long-term project that is just going to be able to help so many people around the world. But, what this does is this allows those people to hold their bags, and every 90 days, they get 12% of their minimum amount of holdings dropped right to them that they can sell and take profit on and still hold that initial investment that they made. So they're still able to take profits. They're still able to, or if they don't want to take profits, they can let it compound, and that 12% over a year turns into 57.4%, I think is what it comes out to, which is pretty massive for not having to pay gas fees to initiate a staking process or to collect your rewards. So that was something that we added with our V2 contract. Along with that, we have our Series 2 NFTs that are ready to come out. They have been ready, but that kind of comes in with what Omar was touching on earlier with, what is that next thing? It has a lot to do with those NFTs and what we are planning on doing coming up here throughout the end of the year. So to date, we have donated just about $48,000 to various charitable organizations, and we're not stopping. We're continuing to move on, and anything we can do to add validity to our project, we are doing. I know that the dev team is all looking at and taking the blockchain council courses. I myself have completed 6, and I'm currently working on a degree. So I'm super excited about that, even though I have to go back and, review them because, I did definitely passed and I have the certificates to prove it. I didn't pass with a score that I was happy with. So, I think I need to do some review and get more of that down. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the long and short of it. That's who we are, and we invite anybody and everybody to join us. Everyone's willing to help. We greet everybody every morning in our Telegram with good morning, and we always have fun. But yeah, so that is Heroes.
Wow.
Oh, that's awesome, Scott.
Wow.
I didn't know some of this stuff, so that's really good to know about staking and everything that you guys had some challenges, sounds like it. So I'm glad you guys are moving forward and doing the best you can on that. And charity foundations are super important for our space, no matter what. I think that's a great opportunity. And that's also one of the things that we'll be doing on our project as well, which we'll share shortly.
Yeah, and I will clarify, we are not a 501(c). We are a registered entity in the United States as REIToken LLC. We also have a merch store, which you can purchase. And I will add that every aspect of our project, whether it is the merch store, it is the NFTs, or it is the transactions through purchasing and selling our token, a percentage of that goes to the charity wallet, and it's 20% on the merch store, 20% on the NFTs, and 2% for the tokenomics that goes to the charity wallet. So, yeah, wow. That is Heroes in a nutshell. So, that's the deep dive there, I guess you could say. And I'm sure I missed something, but Heroes Queen is not available at the moment to keep me in line because she always keeps me on track. But you know, so what we'll do is we'll pass it on to either one of you guys. You can decide who wants to go next, and after all three of us have gone, we'll open up to questions and have others pop in
Oh,
and ask.
absolutely. Hey, Elliot, I've been talking quite a bit already, so I think would be a good time for you to introduce yourself.
That's fine. Hi, I'm Elliot. I have had newfound interest in the crypto world through Mike. I am a nurse and in the healthcare field by my past 40 years experience. I recently retired from that. I've had my real estate license as well for 8 years and have been actively doing real estate transactions, part of Mike's team on the real estate side. And I'm moving into this aspect of the real estate as well because I feel like we have the ability to do what we do with live folk, finding them their home and everything that's good for them, but also now taking this. I think Mike will get into this a little bit further, but part of what we want to do with this is develop foundation to be able to provide assistance with down payments for primary residence, for investment properties, for people, since the cost of real estate and the price of getting into it can be overwhelming and out of reach for a lot of people. So we're looking at that. We want to be able to also, through the foundation, be able to assist with like if utilities, whether they be elderly people and on limited fixed income or other people that need assistance with something. Maybe we can help with putting solar panels or water treatment systems or solar water heaters, those types of things that could help reduce some of the monthly outlay of monies for people to live. So that's kind of where I'm at with this, taking my healthcare and my desire to help people in real estate and bring it into this market.
Thanks, Elliot. So a little bit of background on me. I know I've been talking. So I started before real estate. I was in the Marine Corps for 8 years. I went in about 98. I got out about 2005. And I've been in real estate ever since in the same area in California. And matter of fact, I've been with the same company for the last 17 years, 17, almost 18 years now. And so I started doing real estate in the same area with the same company, and I'm still there. My business has grown quite a bit since I originally started, and I brought on team members, people like Elliot, Gino, and a couple other team members that we have. They're not part of the devs, but they're part of the real estate group, actually. So throughout the years, we've seen so many different things that we have challenges with clients, with buyers and sellers, and just normal people just buying and selling that have so many challenges. Just buying a simple house. Now, we also deal with a lot of people that are buying cash, and they're just different level of buyers and sellers altogether. But we really have a understanding of how first-time buyers are struggle, and that included me at one point too. I was one of those at one point myself, especially when I started real estate. And we've gone through the era of bank-owned industry from 2008 until 2011, 2012, and that was a totally different era that I don't think anybody wants to go back and remember. That wasn't a good time for a lot of people. But we understand what it takes to be in this industry, and we also understand what it means to own a home, be able to create wealth through that, because there's so many people out there want to they don't understand that they can actually buy a house. They have the ability to pay rent, they have the credit score, but they just don't have the money for the down payments. And that's where we want to come in and be able to help with that, creating a foundation that's going to be able to help those families. Doesn't matter whether you're a first time buyer or this is your third or fourth time, because it doesn't matter if you're, first time buyer, you might be in your 20s or 30s, and next thing in the 50s and 60s, you are able to buy, but you just don't have the down payments. And you will see on our white paper that we mentioned, an average home in America today costs about $425,000. That's pretty expensive. And in order for you to buy that, you need about $25,000 down payment. That's include down payment and closing cost. I know so many people, like, it's impossible to have that kind of money saved up, especially what happened in the last couple of years. People just don't have the funds saved up. So we want to be able to help those families that needs that. They have the ability to buy, but they just don't have the cash for down payments. And there are some programs out there, but it's very strict on who they give it to. But we want to open the doors out to as many people as possible. And Elliot will share more on that. Another thing that we wanted to do was create income through passive income through real estate. And that's something that it's my passion as much as everybody else's passion. Passive income. I think that's one of the reasons so many people are in the crypto space, to be able to earn more money for whatever it is that they do. And there's a big need for that right now. And our goal is to try to bridge the gap between what's happening in crypto and real estate. And it's not going to be an easy process, because right now with crypto, you cannot just go buy real estate with that. There's some regulations that we have to worry about. Initially, we wanted to do that, buy income properties with the funds that come from this token, but it's not possible, because the moment you touch that, it becomes a securities issue. So our goal is to have a securities token within the next 6 to 9 months. It's going to take a long time to do that, because we have to file a 503A with the SEC, and that's however long they take. They could take, average this is 6 months, but I don't trust that. I think it could take a little longer, and also cost a lot of money to do that. So we're going to create that, and that particular token will be run as a real estate investment trust. And any real estate investment trust that you look into, they have to pay out 90% of the profit. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So anybody's invest into that particular token, when it comes out, they'll be getting 90% of the profit back to them, staking and all the else, which we'll have later on. So that's one thing that we're doing. But this particular token right now, the REIT token, is going to be based on utilities. And there'll be 4 different utilities. First is the Down Payment Assistance Program Foundation, Affordable Utility Foundation. Third is education, because we believe in education, no matter who you are, what level of education you have in real life, or what it is that you do. We found out it doesn't matter whether you're 70 years old, running 2 different Fortune 500 companies, to first-time buyer just coming out of college. All needs education in real estate, and this is where we come in to help. And of course, the fourth one is creating the securities token, which will be coming out in the next 6 to 9 months. So that's in a nutshell, and we can get into a little more about the tokenomics and everything that's going to happen, and potential launch date. So right now we haven't announced the launch date yet, but we'll definitely share this soon. Elliot, do you want to tell us a little more about the foundations that we're going to have? I know I shared a little bit of it on the down payment, but do you have anything more to add to that?
Well, just to reiterate what I had said before, and what you're talking about is we want to be able to create that foundation to support, providing down payment assistance program for buyers, be able to offer that not only locally but globally. Also, any clean renewable energy technologies for homes, like we mentioned, if there's a possibility for solar panels, the different things like that to help ease some of the monthly outlay for people and the education. So pretty much what we already talked about, but those are some of the goals with the foundation aspects of it.
Sounds good. So we wanted to talk a little bit about our tokens and about the contracts and treasury contract. I think not too many people know what a treasury contract is. If you looked at our white page on the website, it talks about that. 2% of the sell tax, buy and sell tax, is going towards treasury contract, which is actually done by Brew Labs. Our main contract is actually also done by Brew Labs. Also, we're not doing it ourselves. We're not coders, and we don't. We're not going to take any we're not going to take a chance at doing that and making some kind of mistake. So we're hiring the professionals to do what they do best. And we hired Brew Labs to take care of the contracts and also the treasury contract. So the way the treasury contract is, from each buy and sell, you will have 2%. So 2% will take it itself and buy a. So instead of burning tokens, what it will do is it will buy tokens, the native token, and lock away the liquidity. So 1% going to the liquidity already anyway. So the 2% will be purchased and locked in the liquidity by the treasury contract, and it will be done automatically. And also 1% reflection in ETH, because going back to talking about passive income, we wanted to make sure like people are earning passive income as quickly as possible. And so 1% reflection is going to be paid in ETH. So you'll be able to use that ETH for whatever you want, buy more of this token or any other token, or just send it back to your bank for cashing out. So it's going to be totally up to you how you use that. One other thing that we're doing with the token, we made sure that anytime you transfer from one wallet to another wallet, there's no tax. That was one of the frustrating things that I had to deal with, and I know everybody had to deal with, when you're just simply transferring the token from your one wallet to another wallet, or giving it to your family member, doesn't matter what it is, and you're getting charged tax. So we made sure that there was no tax for transferring. So only time there'll be tax if you buy or sell the token itself. And let's see. And I'm talking a lot, by the way. So um, we also want to make sure anti-well mechanism in this particular token. So Max Wallet can hold 1% of the entire supply. So no, its individual wallet cannot hold more than that. And we also put a limit on it. So at the time of purchase, you could only purchase 0.5%. So you could purchase only 0.5% at a time and max at 1%. And also for the selling portion of it, we made sure that there's a limit to it. You can only sell at the max 0.3%. Because we just wanted to make sure that we don't want to deal with pump and dump scenario. We wanted to make sure we have a very solid project right from the beginning, and then we're not going to have liquidity just wiped out from underneath us. So that's one that we make sure to deal with. And also, when we do launch, there will be higher tax for sale for the first 72 hours, which is actually on the website. And we'll also have staking available from day one, which is also done by Brew Labs and through their platform. But we'll have our own Web3 dashboard that you'll be able to connect your wallet to and be able to stake your token. And we'll have two different staking pools. One is for 30 days and another one for 90 days. So it's going to be up to you if you want to stake your tokens right from the beginning. And if you do, you could do as little as 30 days. So let's see. I think I pretty much covered quite a bit of it. And foundations that we're looking to have those foundations running by 2023. That's our goal at the moment. And we'll also have version 2 of our white paper and also new website for stage 2, because we like our website right now, but we also know it could be better. And it's going to take some more time to do that. And not only that, when we create our education platform, that's going to have a totally different website where everybody will be able to log in and learn exactly whatever it is that they need to learn. And if you read our white paper, it will mention that no matter where you are in the country, we'll be able to help you. Whether you have a simple question like buying or selling your house, it doesn't matter whether you're buying or selling. simple question that you need to know, or just simply try to find out, like, hey, I need some advice on my house. We have access to over 7,000 agents throughout the entire country that we can call up a moment's notice and have them either go to your house or just simply have a phone conversation to figure out exactly what kind of help you need. And we also have access to 13 different countries, which we'll list at a later date. But there are 13 different countries that we have access to for real estate agents, and it's growing every day as we speak. So I don't. Do you guys have any questions for us at this moment? I'm pretty sure you guys will, and
I,
I don't know if I covered everything yet.
I have questions, but I'm going to save it for the end. And I just want to give another, just let everyone know. I see we have another request to speak. As soon as Omar's goes over Sky here with us, we are going to open the floor up to questions for everybody. Okay, so hang tight. No, man, Mike, that's fantastic, and yeah, I do have a few questions for you. So I'm excited to hear your responses.
Sounds good. Looking forward to it. I know I kind of kept going and going, and sometimes when you get me to talk, I just never shut up. So I had to stop myself.
I feel the same way sometimes, which is why I've like kind of dialed everything back, and sometimes I dial it too far back. But no worries, buddy. Let's move on to Omar. He's going to talk a little bit about REIToken, or talk a lot about REIToken, and tell us what's going on with him.
Hey, thanks. Hey, so
Yeah.
I don't want to get like too deep in the weeds because we actually just had a space by excellent community and team and Chief Threat Assessment Officer Derek Ward. But it's kind of touchy for me because we just had this recent event down in Texas, and they impacted the world, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna just keep it real high level on what our technology does. 'Cause I don't want people to have this preconceived notion that we're trying to benefit from the tragic events that took place recently. And I've actually had people bring that up to me, and I'm like, wow, like when did people really take the human out of humanity? Like it baffles me. But so what we have at SkyPath Security, first of all, is a separate entity from SkyToken and SkyToken Foundation. So we are strictly a charity-based project. We have a 3.5% tax on any buy and sell. That tax is utilized to pay SkyPath Security to outfit underserved schools, churches, municipalities who are actually approved for grants by the company. And we believe that every school should have our technology. Every building in the world should have our technology. Every church, any public place, space, it should have this type of technology in place to help law enforcement. So what it is, we have a mobile defense platform over at SkyPath Security, right? And I'm just going to keep it real high level, guys. It allows for any company, building, school, church to easily upload their blueprints or schematics directly to our threat assessment team. And when I say threat assessment team, we're talking about ex-military, FBI, high-level law enforcement, state police that actually, you know, worked in situations where they were active shooters. They are subject matter experts. They know how to mitigate risk. So when we have those blueprints, schematics uploaded in our mobile defense platform, we are able to view them or mark them up with the photos. And this could be done online or offline. I know people were asking, hey, so do you guys actually GPS track students inside the facility of a school? And I'm like, no, that's privacy laws. You can't track in every school. But I'll get into what our platform does. So this also allows like first responders when they're arriving to the scene and they get a call, they will have the most up-to-date blueprints and schematics when responding to that event. But also while they're up to date, they're live. They're live. So once they get on scene, they already could build out their game plan. So we can't mitigate. Well, let me rephrase that. We can't stop any adverse event, but we can mitigate how many lives are lost. Even if we save one life, that's our mission, right? Because I think a lot of people in this space, they take away what they want to hear. No, it's no way you can stop any tragic event. It's crazy people in this world, people going through things. I don't judge people, but I want people to really just start listening and educating themselves before they speak on something. Because, guys, everybody knows me. I'm big on education. I'm big on speaking facts. Like, I don't do that, where I think there's no talk facts to me. Like really do your homework. Because when you have an audience and you're telling misinformation, that kind of sends a bad negative undertone to those people. That's not actually true. So also what it is, like when first responders have these up-to-date blueprints or schematics, it makes it easier for them to identify any critical points of egress or elevations or points of cover or concealment that the suspects could be hiding at. So it just makes it so much easier, guys. Now, I don't want to use this recent situation as a talking point, but imagine if we could have had these blueprints ready for law enforcement to see exactly what in the heck is going on, and I don't even want to talk about that, but it also just makes it safer for law enforcement to make more efficient rescues and apprehensions. So without mobile defense platform, the teachers could go into that classroom, they can mark how many students they have, and they can put in a special password. It could be eraser. And as first responders are rolling up to the scene in their cruisers and their laptops, or whatever device they have, the lab interactive blueprints start to populate and the classroom start to turn red. Now we're starting to see all these classrooms marked with how many students are, and we can kind of see like, okay, we can see that a large majority of students are accounted for. Now it makes it easier for us to execute, our first responders to execute a game plan on how to, for one, secure the facility, apprehend the bad guy, save a life, regardless of this, because it's not about. It's so touchy, guys. So have a lot of people that are pro guns, people are against firearms. It's not about that. This could be for any event, arson, fire, like anything, natural disasters. And I mean, it's so amazing to us because we really think we have something that's amazing, but it's so bad when I talk about it right now because we just emotionally charged. And everybody know me. I'm not about trying to profit off anybody tragedy. To be honest, I haven't made a dime. you know, and it's difficult for me because this week has been tough. The past 2 weeks have been tough with just dealing with people and people not believing in you. But what one of my good friends told me, and I talked to him a lot. He's actually in here. And he was like, you must be doing something right because if you wasn't, people wouldn't be paying attention, right? And I can say the same thing about you guys at Heroes and even you, Mike, and what you guys are building. We have people say things that, kind of knock us off, but we still standing. We're still moving forward. We're still going strong. So what I was getting back to is like, even with the state of Florida, they saw our technology. They love the technology, and it's required in all schools in the state, public schools in the state per Alyssa's law, right? So we're doing something major. Even when I made the tweet that I put out there saying that Amazon is looking to donate to the Sky Token Foundation to secure a facility. Um, that's amazing because once you start to see these big corporations, who I can tell you personally, they hold Bitcoin, they hold Ethereum. I've been in meetings with C-level executives. They told us this. So all these companies are getting into the DeFi space, right? So that's what we wanted to bring. But like, what's the utility? What's the use case? The use case is we're going to bring in these huge companies outside the crypto space, DeFi space, and actually make them get into it. Make them hold Sky Token. Make them be interactive with what we got going on. And that's amazing. And so I just wanted to keep it high level. That's what we do. We have a mobile defense platform. It allows for teachers to mark where they're located in the school. And that for it allows safer extractions for first responders to get there. And I don't want to talk too much about it because I just think it's a touchy situation right now. I don't want to have people think we're benefiting from it. But I can tell you this: I reached out to some guys down in the city that was impacted, and probably real soon I'm going to be hosting a space with them, let them tell you the story. And it's heartbreaking because I actually did some homework. I've been a bank compliance officer, so I dealt with like regulators and doing like low income census tracts. And I looked at the area down there and it's like lower income. And I did some due diligence and it was really hard for them in that area since it's low income. I don't think of the 21 people that lost their lives, we have a feeling that a lot of them won't be able to bury their children. So we're going to do some things for them just to benefit and help them with that because yeah, but yeah, that's all I wanted to say, guys, because it's a little touchy for me because I have 3 kids my damn self, and yeah. Thank you, guys.
Hey, Omar, I think what a lot of people, because I was in the space that was going on that started at 8 o'clock, and I think a lot of people are confused. And even though I've heard you speak, and I know Sky Token and Sky Path and the insides and out, but I think they're confused with how the token plays a part. And can you just fill us in on the 501(c) application?
Great follow up. You're amazing. So yeah, since another benefit too, because when you are a 501(c), you're a charity, a nonprofit charity, right? So once you donate, in essence, towards a 501(c), you get to write off a certain amount of your adjusted gross income. Now that's here in the United States, and you will have to consult a tax professional. But essentially, you can write that investment off. Now, when it comes to the capital gain taxes, of course, Uncle Sam's going to have his hand out for that. But yeah, you get definitely write off your initial investment, and you really don't lose any money. Now, for instance, say like, and you will never hear me say this, guys. So this is just for demonstration purposes. If we do 100x, a 10x, now after that initial write off, you're going to have to file let notify IRS of those capital gains and pay taxes on that. But even if we go to zero, guys, you don't come out of pocket. You can write that off because you're donating to a charity. So that's pretty amazing. And I wish more people kind of understood that. Like, you're really playing with, quote unquote, I hate to use the term, but house money. If anything goes down, you write it off and get the money back next year when you file your taxes. And I think once more and more people start to learn that and understand that, Ace, because I think that we have a void in the crypto space. I think a lot of people aren't highly educated on just finance and money and even tax codes or regulations as well, right? So we try to change that narrative and educate people. And I think if I could get one person a day to understand that, I did something great. But yeah, when you invest into a 501(c), especially in this space, it's a tax write-off, guys. Just keep that in mind.
And the capital gains actually don't take effect unless you sell. So
Correct.
if you buy, it's a tax write-off for the 501(c). And then if you hold for more than 12 months,
Yep.
you will not get the maximum tax. You won't get hit by the maximum tax. So
Correct.
keep that in mind. So that's how you can kind of play your cards and, really make the purchase of SkyPath work for you the best. So
Correct.
sorry, I hold SkyPath, and I appreciate what you guys are doing. I think I shouldn't say I hold SkyPath. I hold Sky Token.
Yeah.
But I appreciate what SkyPath is doing and what they're trying to accomplish, and the fact that the token is allowing schools that don't have the funds to have those brought in. The token's essentially supporting that.
Correct.
It's giving the schools the funds so they can have those systems put into place. So that's the difference between SkyPath and Sky Token.
Correct.
And I think that's misread by a lot of people, and they associate it as the same thing.
Correct.
And I just wanted to make sure that was clarified.
And I talk about it a lot. I just think people really have to listen, and that's why I love you guys. Like, you're really big on this educating people and getting them to really understand what they're investing in. And I think we have one of those projects where really people really have to understand. And we're not a meme coin. We're not a quick pump and dump. Like, we really care about each and every last person in our community. Like you and Diego, you guys are into our chat. You know how it is. Like, we really treat people as family. Now, I don't know what's going to happen when we get to 5,000 people in our socials, but we want people to understand, like, this is a safe haven. Like, we want you to be educated. I post all the training material for, like, some of the certifications that I want people on the team to get, and they have acquired it. Like, we really push that, man. So I just want to say thank you and thank Mike and Elliot. Like, you guys are so motivational because we're doing things the right way. I don't think, people see that, but we will be here in the long haul, and I'm proud to be able to speak with you guys. This means a lot to me. So thank you, and thank you, Mike, and thank you, Elliot.
Thanks, Omar. No, without a doubt, what happened in like a couple of days ago, I couldn't even believe it. Actually, I was in a conference both Tuesday and Wednesday, and I didn't even hear it until that evening. So it's it's a tragic. It's a tragic, and I think I was even a little confused when what was going on in the Twitter space between Square Token and what everybody was talking about. But thank you very much for clearing that up. We really appreciate that.
Hey, not a problem, man. That's what we're here for, man. We gotta educate the masses because I think it's a lot of misinformation being passed around, especially on Twitter. It boggles my mind. But I never fold, man. When you believe in something, then you go, you let people know. And I mean, we'll be fine, guys. Like it's just we all got great projects. I'm excited for the future. I wish the damn market recovers, but we're
Yeah, oh,
all
man.
Good
We're
joke,
all
right?
waiting.
Oh, hey, Scott, can you? I want to go buy some merch, man. Can you send me the link, or did you post it?
Well, I posted 2 posts at the top there, but I was going to ask you guys to post your projects or post from your projects up top as well. But yeah, I'll put something up there. It's actually right on our website, hero-universe.com.
All right, say less.
And I think that is in one of the posts.
All right, I'll check it out. I'm about to buy some now.
Yeah, there you go. So I'm going to open up the floor to questions. We have, looks like I'm going to say either Pell or Pele. So if I'm wrong there, I apologize. Pell, how you doing tonight? Or is it Pele? He might be.
Blockchain Web3 guy.
Yeah. Well, while we're there, he is.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So I was wondering if you guys had a Discord server to stay in touch with your community.
Well, I believe all 3 projects do. I know Heroes definitely does.
Oh, we do definitely.
We don't have it yet. We'll have Telegram channel soon within the next few days, and we don't have a Discord channel, and we're not sure exactly if we're going to have a Discord channel or not. If we can manage everything through Telegram and here, then that's the ideal. But if we do, we'll definitely announce that.
All right, thanks.
And if you need help setting it up, Mike, I got you, buddy.
Thanks, man. We may need it.
Yep. And you can always reach out to me as well if you have any questions or anything. I'm always available. But yeah, it's funny because we have both Discord and Telegram, and I'm part of 2 different projects, and the other project is more NFT focused, and the Discord on that project is like fire, where the Telegram's like it moves along, and on Heroes it's the total opposite. The Telegram's moving along just fine. The Discord kind of, if I don't go in there and post something, it looks like no one's in there at all. So I think Discord is more geared towards gamers and NFT projects. Is my perspective on it. I don't know. How about you, Omar? Are you seeing about similarities or?
You know what? I'm gonna be 100% transparent with you, Scott. I used to have a disdain for Telegram, and that's my go-to. Now I have like some of my our great community members like Keeping It 90 and Empress and MetaMan, and they run the Discord, man. Because to be honest, I can't do it. There's too much going on. But I actually like Telegram better. It's weird. I don't know, but yeah,
right. Yeah,
Just great.
I was in.
You need help.